Good morning and welcome back. This is Cynthia Moultrie, and this is week 2 of an 8-week series on developing a business strategy for working with PennDOT. Today we will discuss strategy and your company description. The goal of this series is to end with a written business plan for doing business with PennDOT. This is time that you are taking to work on your business and not in your business. So just a couple of housekeeping items. There will be one short poll in this uh, webinar today. If you have a question, please use the chat screen and send that question. I'll try to answer it while we're in process. If you are on your telephone or other mobile device, you need to download the webinar GoToWebinar app so that you can see the screen as well as hear me speak. If you miss a part of this, or you are a late arrival, or you would like to review this again, it will be posted on PennsylvaniaDBE.com. So please check there. As also, there are 2 handouts for this particular series today, and both of those are posted on the website and should also be available through webinar.com. So today we're talking about developing a business strategy for working with PennDOT. This is week 2, and today's discussion is on the strategy and the company description, how those 2 things tie together. Okay, so last week we talked about why we wanted to work with PennDOT or in transportation. There is a lot of opportunity in this field. However, it's not easy to do. You need back office support. This doesn't work well for the new business, for the business start. You have to have a legitimate business. Your back office and your front office have to be top quality. You need relationships to facilitate this business. And you need a plan to make things happen. If you don't have any of the above, that's a reason to write this plan so that we can document how we plan to accomplish the things that need to get done. The assignment for last week was to complete the business concept worksheet and the evaluation of your business concept. The purpose of these workshops, the purpose of these worksheets were to help you start to think about what needs to be done to get your house in order. If there's a weakness, it can be addressed, and we'll talk about that more next week when we review the SWOT analysis. Okay, so again, our agenda, this is week 2. We will talk about what you discovered in your review of the bid opportunities, and also this was a review of your competition. Who is getting the opportunities that should be yours? We want to be sure that you have a business in transportation. We want to identify specifically what it is you do in this arena, and then we want to write that down as part of our business description. So, How many of you were able to find a project that you could have bid on? Did you take a look at ECMS or the subcontractor awards from last month and just really be able to choose what was the project that you could have bid on? And then you needed to go and look at the details of that bid. And this process is, I'm asking you to do this so that you can make sure that if someone were reading your company description, they would be able to identify you or identify your company as one who does these things. I'd like you to send through the chat, if you can, um, give me the name of the firm who won your award, because that firm is your competition. We want to identify who your competitors are and figure out on what basis do you compete with them? How do you compare with them? Are there future competitors that you need to be aware of? We understand about pre-qualification and the difficulties related to that and the difficulties related to overhead rate. But there are other things that make it difficult for your firm to enter this arena. Once we're trying to establish what you are up against. There are many things that might make a company competitive. It might be your customer service. Maybe that's better than others. It might be uh, the warranty, the payment terms, the convenience. Are you located? It could be your reputation, your experience. It could be the image or perception that others have of your company. But in transportation, there are two big things that need to happen to make your company competitive. That's the price, because if you're a construction contractor, this is a low bid arena. And the quality, because if you are a consultant, they are looking for the best value and who can do the things that they need to have done on this contract. And these are things that make you competitive. They can also be detrimental to your company. For example, in trying to be the low bid, you don't want to price yourself into bankruptcy. And in order to be the best value, it might mean that you need to provide some service that the prime does not provide. Some of this is about perceptions. It's not about what your company actually does. Sometimes the prime may believe that might have a certain perception about you. You need to be sure, does the prime believe that you have the product or service that they need to get the job done well, on time, and within cost? Do they believe there's indirect or peripheral costs associated with dealing with your company rather than some other company? Are there things that make your company's product or service of poorer quality? Things that you don't know. Is there durability? Are you to maintain? In the end, will this cost the prime more to deal with you? A lot of it is about image, style, and perceived value. So we want to make sure that the presence that you present The perception that people get when they look at your material says that you are top-notch quality without question. There are internal operational factors that increase competitiveness. Financial resources, that's the ability of the company to withstand financial setbacks and to fund product development and improvements. We all know that government contracting is a slow pay, and sometimes it's a very slow pay. Do you have the financial resources to carry your company through these issues? Do you have a marketing program and budget? Sometimes the amount and effectiveness of advertising and promotional activities affects how other companies view your company. Do you have economies of scale? Are you able to reduce per unit costs due to large volume? This is often not the case with a small business or a new business. Operational efficiencies can make you more competitive. Can you produce or deliver with a method that reduces cost and time? Product line breadth or depth, the ability to increase revenues by selling related products, ability for customers to purchase the needed items from one provider. Strategic partnerships. We talk about this all the time. Relationships with other companies for the purposes of development, promotion, or add-on sales. So you're doing installation, but do you have a partnership that allows you to purchase at a reasonable price and deliver quickly? If the project is bigger than what you can handle, do you have relationships, partnerships where you can call in another company to assist you in completing this quickly? Uh, Company morale and personnel can also increase your competitiveness. So I know how difficult it is for a small company to hire the right people. If you don't have consistent work, you can't keep people employed over the long term. It's hard to get the best people, but this can increase your competitiveness if you can get to that point. Market share. What percentage of the market has been captured by your leading competitor? So hopefully you were able to look at the list of contract awards from last week. If not, those are still on the website. Who are the market leaders in terms of sales or customers? Some competitors are more important than others just due to the fact that they command a large percentage of the sales. They may not provide the best product or service. They may not provide a better product or service than you do, but they have the advantage of being the one who's receiving those awards now, and they represent a crucial component in evaluating your competitive position. So you want to look at these companies carefully. What are they doing that you're not? Does your website compare with theirs? What does their marketing material look like? You want to be able to at least forecast future competition. What are the barriers to entry? We know about pre-qualification and experience. We know that sometimes costs have to be floated until payday. Sometimes there's certifications and licensing and regulation. What we don't have is a crystal ball, but we do want to try to think about and prepare for future competition. Okay, so we've talked about a few things in terms of being competitive and successful. You need that business concept, understanding your market, the health of your industry. What is your strategic position? What is the thing that you do that makes you in a better position to get the contract? We know that you need capable management, motivated employees, as well as financial control. You need to understand um, what your costs are and how to bid. You have to be able to adapt to change, and at the same time, your company has to have values and integrity. So, your strategic position, your business concept, is it something new or better? Is there an underserved or new market? Do you deliver it better? Do you integrate it with other services? Do you have all your bases covered? Do you understand the market, the industry and trends, the strategic plan and focus? Are you able to attract capable management and staff and control your business finances? The purpose of this plan is to help you meet the goals, plan to fill in the gaps, and develop a roadmap to success. And if you have the need, the purpose of the plan is to help you raise capital. People reviewing the plan will want to know, is your idea solid? Is the market large enough? Do you have the right experience, or can you get the right experience? Do you have the right certifications, or can you get those? Are your financial projections realistic and positive? Is management experienced and capable, and how does this company make money? So these are the things that you want to address or think about when you're writing this company description this week. You can make a greater impact when you use hard numbers to support your statements or cite sources. You've got to use your business and industry terms. I don't know all the terms that are developed for your business, but you've got to know them. You've got to use objective language, use bullet points, include graphs and charts when you can. Because the goal is, will this plan work? Are you able to build a bridge or design a bridge? The question is, will the plan work? And can you work the plan? So each week I'm asking you to write, you don't have to write a lot, but write something on this plan. If you would like me to review it or look at it or make comments, you can send me what you have written. You can ask questions again on the chat screen or send me an email later. Okay. When you're typing this, you want to use clear typeface. This is not the time to go for that really cute looking typeface. You want to bind the plan in the end. Again, graphs and charts, color for emphasis, and please use spell check. You want to check for typos. Editing is important. If you're looking for money, the plan can be very useful. Most lenders are going to ask you for a copy of the business plan. Again, that's one of the reasons we try to put this out, but it's also to help you, to guide you as you go along. Not all money is equal. We have a list of financing agencies depending on what you're looking to do. So There are a number of organizations in the city that lend a little or a lot depending on your company and where your company is. If your credit is not where you want it to be, there are companies that will lend you anyway. So let's start to take a look at that if you're looking for money. But again, the lender wants to know they're going to get repaid, and they want to know you have a plan for the money. You need to have an elevator pitch, okay? 5 crucial minutes that describe your company in a few sentences. The company name, the purpose, what it does. And again, what we find for a number of companies in this business is that they're not clear exactly what they do for PennDOT. And so if you missed last week, I ask you to go back and review that PowerPoint. It's on the website, but you need to be able to articulate what you do for PennDOT, that your market is transportation, how the money is made, and how you're like other companies and unlike other companies, and why you will succeed. You need that elevator pitch both for banks, for your networking events, for that opportunity when you're stuck in the elevator with Mr. Moneybags. Every week, I want you to write something. It doesn't have to be a lot, but something. We've got an idea. We want to plan. We want to put that plan in action. The business plan is going to need a cover sheet. You want the name of the company, the date. If you're going to distribute this, you need a copy number and a disclaimer. The company contact information and your logo. The company description expands the elevator pitch. This is what we're writing this week. You want to write the description including your identification information, your name, if you're doing business as, the domain name. You need to describe the basics of your business, what the company does. We're going to talk about the mission statement in a moment, any legal considerations. So if you are a partnership, if you have some proprietary development that you've done, these are the things that need to be written into this company description, as well as a description of your products and or services, who the management is, the location, and we'll talk later also about not just your business location, but where you're willing to work, development, and milestones. Milestones is going to be a big part of this plan, and we'll be adding onto the milestones every week things that we think we need to accomplish to take our company to the next level. And then the financial status. Are you a startup, mid-size, growth mode? Where is your company? Do you expect to need funding? Are you self-funding? Are you funding through business? I want to talk a little bit about domain names. Today, to make sure that you are in business, everyone is looking online. So you need a web presence. You need to make sure that again, we're talking about these perceptions. If you're using a Yahoo or Gmail email, it gives the perception that your company is not where it needs to be or is not top of the line. A name costs you $16, less than $20 a year, and we can all afford that. So you want to make sure you get your domain name and an email address that goes with that domain name. Milestones. We think these are very important. As we go through these weeks, what are a list of things that you want or need to accomplish to reach the next level? You can also list here the things you've already accomplished, but you're going to add to this list frequently. You also need a mission statement for your company. I prefer a mission statement that is 1 or 2 sentences that everybody in the company can identify with and memorize. But the example I'm going to give you is much longer. It includes a mission, a vision statement, and a value statement. The mission statement should not be, our mission is that I make $1 million. Yes, we all want to do that. However, the company's mission has to do with the nature of your products and services and your commitment to quality or customer relationships. It needs to say why the company is. It may describe your management or work environment, any of the things here on the list. It doesn't have to include them all, but it should say something about the company. So I thought I would use as an example Lane Construction. Lane Construction, their mission to be the preferred partner to connect and improve the communities and world in which we live. Now, you might not have had too much interaction with Lane. However, Lane is a very big international company. And we've had some good experience. Lane participated in the bonding education program in Pittsburgh, and a number of firms have subsequently worked with them. But this is their mission statement: to be the preferred partner to connect and improve the communities and the world in which we live. This is their driving force. After that, this comes from their website. They write, Lane is the innovative leader in transportation and heavy civil construction products and services that connect and improve the world's communities. We are guided by our values-based culture and the dedication of the Lane employee family that has helped us succeed for well over a century. We consistently deliver superior customer satisfaction and are committed to a safe and rewarding work environment that is essential to long-term success for our owners, our partners, and employees. Now you've got to say, this says a lot about that company and its leadership and what they are thinking about their company. They also have a vision statement. The vision statement is different from the mission statement. The mission statement says what and why you do what you do. The vision statement describes how the world will change by what you do. So Lane will be recognized worldwide as the preferred partner to build innovative transportation and heavy construction solutions. The character and expertise of our employees and focus on being a high quality, ethical, community-minded company will drive superior financial returns. And I don't know about you, but I like Lane better just having read that. They also have a value statement. So these are the values that they think are important: integrity, honesty, openness, teamwork, safety, trust, and care for people. I'm not saying you have to develop something this long, but in the very least, you want to have a mission statement for your company. And again, if you have a question, um, please feel free to um, put that in on the chat or on raise your hand and I'll unmute you. Okay, so are there legal aspects that needs to be in your company description? Are you a corporation, LLC, whatever? Who's the owner? Is there intellectual property, trademarks, patents, copyrights? Are there not a lot about loans and leases, but definitely if you're using this plan to um, borrow money, you need to say something about that and any licensing or distribution agreements that you have. The big part of this is what are the types of products and services? What are the product lines? Are there any unique features for this? My PowerPoint got a little messed up here, but who are the managers? Who's the leadership? Who are the key members of your board? Is there a board of directors? I've talked about this already. Where is the business located? And in this business plan, identify that in terms of business, PennDOT business districts. So you may be located in District 6, but your company works in all 11 districts and you're willing to go wherever. And finally, um, again, what we have accomplished, what remains to be accomplished, and just a list of what are the next milestones and when you intend to complete that. So, questions that you might have for next week. Now, last week you completed those sheets. I have 2 worksheets on your mission statement and your company description. You do not have to complete those if you don't want to. If you already have a mission statement and a company description, just take a look at those in context of what we have been discussing. But for next week, you should have written your cover page, your mission statement, your company description, and a statement or 2 about your competition. Where are you and who are you competing with? Okay. Again, this is the outline of the business plan. The big part of what you have to do for next week is to write this company description. And on the right in red, I've put all the things that should be included in that. So I hope this has been a good use of the last 30 minutes. If you or other people you are aware of wish to join us, I have said, and Scott is sending out in his communication with you, if you miss one week, you certainly can chime in on the next week. We would really like to get your feedback on this, and we will be sending you an evaluation form for this session. If there are any other additional questions, please email me or give me a call. You know who we are, where we are. Um, Cynthia, Kenyon, and Mark. And these are our numbers and our email addresses. Thank you for participating and have a great day.